Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Future Stars live on Hidayat TV. I'm your host Hassan Shah, and today we're continuing with our prophethood series, and today we are talking about Prophet Yunus alayhi salam. But as we are celebrating in these days the birthday of Bibi Fatima salamu alayha, if you'd like to call and say anything about Bibi Fatima salamu alayha, you're very welcome to. Okay, before I continue, I'd like to introduce my guest.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Boxin.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hussein.
Thank you for that introduction. So like we do on every single show, I would like to start off with a surah recitation and someone reading the translation. Today I will be reading a surah and Mohsin will be reading the translation. So could we start off with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Iza jaa nasrullahi wal fath wa ra'aita an-nasa yadkhuluna fi dinillahi afwaja fasabbih bihamdi rabbika wastaghfir innahu kana tawwaba. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. When Allah succor and the triumphs comment, and thou seest mankind entering the religion of Allah in troops, then hymn the praises of thy Lord and seek forgiveness of him. Lo, he is ever ready to show mercy.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum.
Okay, now can we have one salawat in honor of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum. The second in honor of our holy first Imam, Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum.
And now the third with our loudest voice in honor of the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib al-Asri was Zaman.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for those salawats. Okay, so now we're doing about Prophet Yunus. Do you think Prophet Yunus is a well-known person? Yeah, he is. And you viewers at home, some of you will definitely know about the story that we're telling, because it's really like because it's told a lot. It's told a lot, isn't it? Like if you go to madrasas or if you go a religious place, like to learn about Islam, and you're learning about the prophets, and if you come across this, you'll hear this story. So Mohsin has got the first string, so could we start Mohsin off with a loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum.
Prophet Yunus alayhi salam was sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the people of Babylon to guide them on the right path. The people of Babylon were idol worshippers, and although Prophet Yunus alayhi salam tried night and day to explain to them how useless their worship was, they did not accept his advice. They said to him, "You are a liar. Our forefathers have always worshipped these idols, and we will do the same." Prophet Yunus alayhi salam tried to convince the people for a long time to worship one God. He warned them of Allah's punishment if they continued in their sinful ways, but they refused to give up their idol worshipping. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum.
Okay, so now these people, so now these people, like they are worshipping idols now, and Prophet Yunus is trying to put them on the right path, but again, it's something about their forefathers. So I was saying, we've talked about this in our past shows. So what is this about their forefathers?
It's just like it's been happening a lot. Like they would think it's just like normal to them, that because they've been brought up this certain way, that it's just within them, it's part of them. It's like, so they would just keep on doing the same thing without noticing it, that it is a mistake. But when something new comes along, like change, they will not accept that. They're just gonna keep on doing the same thing.
Yeah, these people of people of Nanawa, these people are like they're saying like their forefathers have done this, and what like they're not gonna follow it because their forefathers they're copying what they did, and this is like they're staying inside their box that they are, and they're not looking outside and seeing other things like you should. Like even in our religion, what we should do is question stuff. Don't you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
So thank you, Mohsin. Hussein's got the next thing, so could we start saying off with the loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum. At last, Prophet Yunus was angry and fed up with these stubborn people. He walked out of their town and asked Allah to send his punishment on them. But Prophet Yunus has made a mistake because he left his people without permission of Allah. After Prophet Yunus left, the signs of Allah's punishment appeared over Nanwa. A huge cloud came over the whole area, and the land was filled with darkness. The people at once realized that they were about to be punished for their sins. A wise man from amongst them advised them to ask for Allah forgiveness at once, before they were all destroyed. All the people, young and old, men and women, came out of their homes and sincerely begged Allah to forgive them. Allah accepted their prayers and withdrew his punishment. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum. So now these Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, he's now realized that these people are fully stubborn and that they won't like understand, they won't listen to you, and they just won't listen. You know, sometimes when like you're trying to say something to someone and they just will not listen, like they have no interest at all of what you are saying. And this is how Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, this is how he felt of these people. And then he went out the town. He must be feeling quite angry, don't you think? He must be feeling quite angry. So he's gone out of this town, and now he's prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send a punishment on them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as he being Prophet Yunus being a prophet, he did this, but then it said that he's made Prophet Yunus has went out of the city without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we go back into other prophets, have any of these prophets done that?
Nope.
No, they've asked the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do it first. But Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, he hasn't done this.
It's because like he's spent all this time trying to like save them, sort of, but yet they're not listening. And like, you can only take neglect after neglect, reject after reject, until like there's a certain point.
And now he's gone out the town without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's permission. So it's saying there, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran that he has made a mistake, hasn't he? By doing this, he's made a mistake. So Mohsin has got the next thing, so could we start Mohsin off with the loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum.
Meanwhile, Prophet Yunus alayhi salam had gone a long distance and had reached the sea. There he saw some people in a big boat that was ready to sail. He asked them to allow him to join them. Since he looked like a very respectful person, the passengers of the boat cheerfully welcomed him on board.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
So he's gone out the city, and he's gone this far now that he's come near sea, and there's some people and they're on a boat, and he now asks them, so could he go along on this journey that they're going on, and those people as they looked at him thought that he was thinking, and the way he looked and the way he actually talked made him look like a really, really respectful person, and so these people accepted him and put and let him go on this boat. So this just showed how much respect these prophets had, didn't they? Because by the way he talked and the way he his movement showed that he was a respectable person, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yep.
So now he's gone in this boat. So who knows what happens next? Okay, you both know, and so maybe you viewers at home know as well what happens next. Hussein's got the next one, so could we start Hussein off with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
In the sea, the boat was suddenly caught up in a heavy storm. At that time, sailors thought that bad luck happened on the seas if there was a bad person on board. So they cast lots. To find out who this bad person was. The first time, the lot fell to Prophet Yunus, but since he was considered to be a dignificent person, the lots were cast again. When the lots fell to Prophet Yunus the second time, they had no choice but to throw him overboard. At that moment, Prophet Yunus realized his mistake in walking out from people without waiting for the command of Allah. He knew that his present problems were due to that mistake, but he trusted that in the wisdom of Allah, and jumped into the stormy seas. Allah commanded a large whale to swallow Prophet Yunus into his belly. Prophet Yunus suddenly found himself in the stomach of a whale, and he lay there, frightened but unharmed. The Holy Quran says, "Truly Yunus was one of the messengers when we abandoned his people and sailed away in a full ship. The people cast lots, and he was thrown into the water. The fish swallowed him up, and he deserved this. Had he not glorified Allah, he would certainly be remained inside the fish until the day of resurrection."
Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum. Okay, so now these people so they've caught so now like a storm has come. A terrible storm has come now, and in those days, people, the sailors would think that like bad luck or storm would come if a bad person was on board. So they've done this thing, and it's turned to Prophet Yunus. Yeah, but I was thinking he's a very dignified and respectable man. They just left it, but a second time that happened, so then they had no choice, and they took him.
To chuck him overboard.
Yeah. So now he's gone into the sea. He's in the sea, and a whale. How big's a whale? Quite big, isn't it?
Massive.
Yeah. And it has swallowed him. It has now swallowed him. You know how if you see a video or anything like whales in the sea, and they would just go and open their mouth, and loads of fish would come in and close it. That's how easily they catch food, isn't it?
Yeah.
But now he's opened his mouth, and Prophet Yunus is there at that time to be swallowed inside this whale, and now he's in the whale's stomach. So this is kind of strange, isn't it? So now he's in the whale's stomach, And what's in, if you know any, if you know, like, if in science people as your teachers have taught you, what's like in a whale's stomach?
Acid.
Yeah, acid and lots of stuff like that. So he's coming here. At start he would be unharmed because if a whale opened their mouth and anything would go in, he wouldn't like chew like as we do, like chew. Like he wouldn't be chewing. They'll just he will just swallow them down, and it would be in his stomach, and then the acid will break down anything that's in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at first he's there and he's unharmed.
Yeah.
He's unharmed, but who knows what happens? Yeah, you two know what happens. Mohsin has got the next thing, so could we start Mohsin off with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
Prophet Yunus alayhi salam spent several days and nights inside the whale while he swam across the sea. In the darkness of the stomach, Prophet Yunus alayhi salam prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him for his mistake, and his prayers were accepted. The Holy Quran said, "He, Yunus, cried out from the darkness, there is no God but you. Glory be to you. Verily I was of the just." Then we responded to him and saved him from his grief. First we saved the faithful believers. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
Okay, thank you, Mohsin. So now he's in this whale, and it must be dark, wouldn't it? There's no light in the stomach. There's no light in the stomach, so it's very dark. It's very damp and wet from all like the other, like the acid and like water and stuff like that. Yep. And now he's in there for several days. So a normal person, how could they cope with that as well? So in these several days, now he's praying, and he's praying so much. He cries out, saying that you are one, glory be to you, and verily that I was unjust. He said this, and he's been praying so much. And from the last thing that Hussein said, that Allah said in the Quran that if he never cried out, then he would be there until the day of judgment, or the day of resurrection. So he's done this, and this shows his love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's done this so much. He's cried out saying this, so it would relieve him from this pain, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay, Hussein's got the next thing, so could we start Hussein off with a loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum. In these verses, Allah tells us something very important. No matter what happens to us, we should always remain faithful to Allah. As long as we're one of the faithful believers of Allah, He will save us like He saved Prophet Yunus. The fish that Prophet Yunus was in went to the seashore and let him out safely on the ground. Prophet Yunus' body was badly hurt by the acid inside the fish, and Allah caused a plant to grow whose leaves healed Prophet Yunus and whose fruits fed him. Soon Prophet Yunus had regained his health, and he was commanded to return to Babylon. When he went back, he was amazed to see that the people had given up their idol worshipping and were worshipping Allah. His people welcomed him, and he spent the rest of his life preaching and leading them on the right path. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum. Thank you. We'll continue this, but we have a call online. Assalamu alaikum. Can you tell me your name and where you come from, please?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Misbah, and I'm beside a poem about Bibi Fatima sallallahu alayhi.
Okay, thank you, Misbah. We'll start off with the loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
Shall I tell you about the event of the Qissa, the event of the Prophet Qissa? He went to the house of his daughter Fatima, and he asked for the Yemeni Qissa. She covered him with the Yemeni Qissa, his face shone like the full moon. Soon after some others came to join him. Do you want to know? Then came my son and greeted his mother. Salamun alayki, ya Ummah. I can smell the nice smell of my grandfather. So he joined him under the Qissa. Then came Hussein and greeted his mother. Salamun alayka, ya Ummah. I can smell the smell of my grandfather. So he joined him under the Qissa. Then came Ali, Amir al-Mu'minin. Salamun alayki of Jannah you were free. I can smell the nice smell of my cousin brother. So he also went to the Qissa. Then Fatima went to his house to the Qissa. Assalamu alaikum, oh father, do you give me permission to now enter? Yes, she turned under the Qissa. When all five gathered under the Qissa, Jibreel spoke up and said, oh Allah, to all these luminous personalities lying under the Qissa. He said they were the family of Fatima, her husband, sons, and her father. They are the ones who were perfectly purified. They are the Ahlul Qissa, the Ahlul Bayt al-Tahira. They are the Ahlul Qissa, the Ahlul Bayt of Bahira. Good Hafiz.
Good Hafiz. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum. Okay, thank you, Misbah, for calling in. And there she was talking about Ahlul Qissa. And it's to do with Bibi Fatima sallallahu alayhi. But before we continue, we'd like to take a short break. So join us for the next part of today's show. But until then, good Hafiz.